Hi, welcome to my channel. Do you like to wear print, or perhaps you only wear solids? Sometimes you're just afraid to add print into your wardrobe because you're just not sure how to wear it. Well, today's video I'm going to be giving you some tips on how to add print into your wardrobe, how it can complement your body, and how it can add interest to your style. So if you want to hear more of my tips on adding print to your wardrobe, I hope you stay tuned. Hi, I'm Jacqueline and welcome to Timeless Beauty Studio. Spring and summer is a great time to add some print or pattern into your wardrobe, as there's so many options out there in retail right now. In this video today I'm going to take you through how to add a little bit into your wardrobe, building up to adding more, and also how a pattern can camouflage your body in certain areas, or it can even complement your shape too. And I'm going to be talking about that. So let's just get started. I first want to start off by saying that what I'm going to be talking about today are tips for you to use. They're not rules or anything like that. They're tips that I have learned as an image consultant, and it's just to benefit you and to benefit, to help you with your wardrobe and make some good choices. So that's what this video is about. And also, I also want to mention that the clothes I'm using today are from my own closet. I have had these clothes in my closet for a while. I do purchase my clothes from Canadian companies like Cleo Canada, which I work for, also Hudson's Bay and Marshalls and Winners and that sort of thing. So these are clothes I have purchased, and I just thought I would use them as a demonstration for you to show you how to apply the tips I'm going to give you to your wardrobe. And I will also be putting pictures up to accompany the examples. Okay, we're going to start off small. So if you want to add some interest to your wardrobe, or even adding some color, instead of having all solids all the time, you can start off small just by adding it in with your accessories. So to give you some ideas, I'm going to show you how you could add it in with a scarf with some print. And it's a great way to add a little bit of color and pattern to your wardrobe just by adding a scarf. It adds a little bit of style too. So you could try that, add it with a scarf. Also, you could add it by adding it in with a belt. So I have a belt here, and I've seen a lot of leopard print belts that are really cute too, and that would be a great opportunity to add some print. But I have this belt here, and it's patterned, and it's got a little bit of sparkle, and I'm not back far enough, but there you go. You can see just by adding a pattern belt just gives a little bit of interest to your wardrobe too. And also you can add it in by even with your purses or your shoes. Now I don't have any shoes that have print on them, but I love the look of having print in your shoe because it adds a punch to your wardrobe look too. But I do have a purse that's pretty subtle print, but as you can see, it has a pattern in it, and it doesn't have very many colors. So this is a real subtle way you can start by adding print into your wardrobe, just by adding texture. So texture is another way too. So just start off by adding it in with your accessories. Another way to add print to your wardrobe is by adding just classic prints. So classic prints are pretty well like polka dots, stripes. They do consider leopard a classic print, but I don't have any leopard. I do have leopard, but I don't have it here today. So stripes and polka dots are pretty classic. So just to give you an example, I have a shirt here, and this one here is got stripes and polka dots, but they're very fine, and as you can see, they're just tiny little polka dots and striping through it. So by adding just a little bit of print does add a little bit of interest too. So you could start off by adding just a small amount like that. Also, adding print with texture, as I had mentioned with the purse, you could add it in the top. So as you can see, this top here has lace, so that's considered more of a texture. So you can add your print in by just adding some texture in your top too with lace. Another idea I had mentioned was the classic prints, which are stripes and polka dots. So you could add your basic striped shirt in to, you know, if you're afraid of too much pattern, too much color, these are a great option. And even by layering, you can add in a polka dot and then wear a solid over top. So I could wear like a white jacket or a red jacket or something like that over the polka dot. So it adds a little bit of print in for your wardrobe too. I'm also going to put just a picture up here to show you that you can add it in even like a smaller amount. In this picture that I'm going to put up here, I've added some small amount of polka dot and a small amount of stripe too. And it's against the solid color, which makes it look a little less intrusive too, so you don't have as much pattern. So that's another way to add it too. I'm going to show you an example of polka dots, the size of polka dots that I have in my print. So I had shown you my tank top with the polka dots, so that was a small print. And actually I have another one here. So this is a little bit of a larger print. So this is kind of small to medium polka dot because I am a small to medium frame. I have another one that's a little bit larger in the polka dot that I'll show you right here. So these polka dots I would consider more of a medium-sized polka dot. So they still look pretty good with my frame. If I went bigger than this, it would just be too overwhelming for my small to medium frame. Just for more examples, I'm going to put a picture up here of a lady who has a larger polka dot on her body, just so you can see it in scale, compared to a lady who has the smaller polka dots on her body. It's just to give you an example so you can see it to scale. The next tip is to remember where a print meets a solid. That is where the focal point is, and that's where the eye will go. So I'm going to put some pictures up here of 3 different pictures. The first one is this lady has the top. She has a diagonal solid on her body, and it shows how it can slim the waist and make her body look longer as it's a diagonal up and down vertical. So you can see that's where your eye goes. Also, the other lady I'm going to put up with the dress, the skirt, it emphasizes her waist, like just under her chest. So that's where your eye would go. So wherever your the print meets the solid is where your eye is going to go. So it draws attention to her nice smaller waist. And this last picture I'm going to put up is draws attention to the shoulders. So as you can see with the top, the pattern on the shoulders is against the solid, so that's where your eye is going to go, is to the pattern on the top. So if you have smaller shoulders, that would be a great thing to do because it would make your shoulders look a little bit larger. Okay, so I'm going to show you one of the items I have that is a demonstration for you to show you how it can affect the shape of the body. I have this tunic top right here, and I'm probably going to have to move back so you can see it a bit better. But as you can see, there's black in each side of the top. So when I wear it, it elongates my body, gives me shape into the waist, and it actually makes me look slimmer. So I like to wear this tunic, and I love the colors in it, but in the pattern, but I love it because it has those black panels. So it actually is very slimming too. Okay, next where the print sits on the body, that's where your eye is going to be drawn to also. So if it's sitting in the wrong spot, and I'm going to put a picture up for you with this lady where you can see that on that top, the flower is sitting right on her stomach. So if you have a bit of a stomach, you don't want the pattern to sit right on your stomach because that's going to draw attention to your stomach. And I'm going to put another picture up here where this lady has a top where the pocket sits right on the on her chest. So if you don't want somebody looking at your chest area right there, that's where the eye is going to go to. So don't wear something that's going to draw attention to that area. And one of the pieces in my wardrobe that I'm going to show you, this one here, I'll show you, has this pattern right here, sits right in the middle. But on me, it doesn't sit on my stomach. It actually sits just on my chest. I'll show you, like this. So it's basically on my chest. Now I don't have a really large chest, so I'm not worried about that. And also the back of the shirt has a elongating stripe down the back. So it's very elongating too, giving me some height because I am so short at 5'2". So that gives me some height too with wearing that kind of a pattern, and it doesn't draw attention to my stomach. Funny story is I had a lady in my change room at the store, and she put on a top, and the pattern sat directly right on her stomach, and she was mortified to see that it was there. So that's something that you can look for when you're out shopping, not to have it in areas that you don't want to have it on your body. I know I wouldn't want my stomach area accented with a pattern, so I always look to make sure that there's nothing sitting on my stomach, or too much material or too much pattern on the stomach area, because that's my problem area. So that's something to look for too. Another tip is if you're wearing a print, the background of the print, if it's dark, is a little more slimming than if you had a light background on the print. So that would be less slimming. So just to give you an example, I'm going to put some pictures up here too. And this lady has a dress on with a dark navy blue background. And then the next picture is the lady has a black background on her dress. So they're very slimming looking on their bodies. They have two different body shapes. And then the third picture I'm going to put up, this lady has a white background on her dress. So it's not quite as slimming, even though I think it's a really pretty dress and it looks great on her. I just noticed it's not quite as slimming as the darker background. So you can keep that in mind too if you want to have that slimming look, to have the darker backgrounds. That really helps too. An all-over pattern is also benefit the body too, because your eye doesn't know where to go, so it does hide any little bulges or jiggly bits you have on your body. So an all-over pattern is good camouflage to hide any of those little bulges that you might have. Another thing I wanted to mention about pattern is you might want to, perhaps you like a floral pattern. There's a lot of floral out there right now. Some people don't like it though, or you want a geometric pattern. So it depends on your personality. I did a video on your personality style, and I will put that up, and it talks about a little bit about pattern in your personality. Myself, I like a little bit of floral, and I also like the geometric too. So, but I don't overwhelm everything with floral, because that's just way too much for me. But just to give you an example of what I have this top here. It has a little bit of floral. As you can see, it's not all floral, and just spots of floral throughout. It has the darker background, so it is a little more slimming. It's actually navy blue if you can't tell on the camera. So that's just adding a little bit of floral. And also geometric pattern is something I like too. This is kind of geometric. It's like a wash of colors, so it's very soft on the body with this kind of a pattern, because the eye goes everywhere like that, so it's not focusing on one thing. So you can add a little bit of geometric pattern to your wardrobe too. Another thing is I'm going to talk a little bit about body shapes. So you've often heard the different body shapes. So generally there's 5 different body shapes. But just to keep it simple, if you're larger on top, I wouldn't wear pattern on top. I would wear it on the bottom, because typically if you're larger on top, your legs are, the bottom part of your body is slimmer. So that's when you can start wearing printed pants. I don't have any printed pants to show you. I'm a little hesitant on wearing printed pants, but I do love them, so I might venture out some point and give them a try. But yeah, so if you're bigger on top, wear the printed pant on the bottom. I will put a picture up here to give you an example of the printed pant on the bottom. And the other way too, if you figure you're a little bigger on the bottom, don't wear the printed pant down there, wear the print up at the top. And I will also put a picture up there showing you how this lady has print on top and the solid on the bottom. And that's pretty well how I dress. You could probably see from my wardrobe here, a lot of my pattern that I have today is only in the tops. I don't, like I said, I don't have printed pants, but definitely do that. If you have great legs and a smaller part of your body is on the bottom, definitely do that. Okay, so that's it for my adding prints to your wardrobe video. Hopefully I've given you some ideas and encourage you to add some print to your wardrobe. And it can add some interest and fun, especially as we mature and we'll want to show a little bit of our personality. It's a great way to do it with adding print. Let me know if you have print in your wardrobe, or even if you don't like to wear print, let me know why you don't like to wear print. I would love to hear from you. And if you have any questions, please put them in the comment section below. And I just want to thank you for joining me today. And if you're new here, please subscribe to my videos and by hitting the subscribe button and the little bell so you'll be notified when my videos go up. If you've been with me for a while, I want to say hi. Thanks for joining me today. It's great to have you here. And I hope you all have a great day, and we'll see you next time, and have a good day. Bye-bye.